The next video that we have to watch is from the other end of the age spectrum. We're going to be talking to Angela Thompson about her work with young people to do with Leeds Art Galleries. And now's the time to get ready for just one more costume change from me.
Hi, we've got Angie here with us from Leeds Art Gallery. We've got a few questions for you today, Angie, if that's okay. It's so nice to have you here at Out in the Past. Do you mind telling us a little bit about the youth engagement programme at Leeds Art Gallery, please?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, thank you for inviting me to take part today. It's a great honour and privilege, so thank you very much. Leeds Art Gallery and Leeds Museums and Gallery Service have two youth engagement officers, Esther and myself, and we work in partnership with young adults who are aged 14 to 24 to kind of get involved in a whole host of different projects. So it's about kind of like engaging young people into the art gallery and kind of getting involved and, finding out a little bit more about our gallery collections.
Perfect. Why should young people get involved? What's the benefit to them? And if they do hear about these programmes and want to get involved, how do they join?
Right, well, I think, first of all, it's a great career opportunity for them. And there's various reasons why, young people do get involved. Some may want to kind of come along because they want to move into the sector and they want to kind of go down the museums and galleries route. Others just want to make friends and do something different and kind of meet like-minded people. Others join because they just want creativity and they just want to kind of do something completely different to maybe what's kind of going on in their lives at the moment. And through the one-to-one work, that's working with young adults who potentially, they don't really have the confidence to kind of work in large groups. So it's very much kind of like supporting them to kind of just get used to the gallery environment, because obviously it's a large building, it's quite an intimidating building if you're not kind of used to accessing galleries. So it's very much about reducing those barriers to participation. And then with the Youth Collective and the Arts Award, Youth Club, different groups that I've set up at the gallery, that's about developing skills, confidence building, as well as developing the opportunity to kind of go to university or to get a job, or just to reduce loneliness and social isolation. And then working with youth projects, I work with different youth projects across the city. And one of my favourite youth projects that I work with is Out to 18 in the Transtastic group, which is coordinated by Leeds City Council. And I've had an ongoing partnership with them for the last 2 years. And they're really great. They're really good. And I've spent Thursday evenings kind of going over there and setting up projects. And then they come down to the art gallery and they put on showcases. And they've kind of got involved in finding out about our collections, for example, Marlowe Moss, as well as running activities and kind of highlighting LGBT History Month. And we've kind of got the general public involved with the project as well. So it's about raising awareness and issues and kind of things that they're really passionate about. To then working with refugee young people, working with young people that are prone to bullying and self-harm, and then young people that, again, want to kind of progress into their career and they're very much kind of supported and they want to kind of move on and kind of really gain strong work experience. So there's a variety of options there. And then if anyone wants to join, they just need to kind of contact me via email or via our website. And just give me a call on my work mobile and we go from there. I mean, we kind of match the young adults' interests to the projects. We've got a whole host of collections. So it's really kind of interesting to be able for them to kind of find out what they want to do.
Perfect. That sounds incredibly awesome. I'm a little bit gutted. I'm just a couple of years too old for such activity. Hopefully, Yeah, hopefully by the wonder of technology, your email address will now flash up so that people can get in contact with you should they want to get involved. And thank you so much for the shout out for Out to 18 and Transtastic, two of our very successful youth groups.
Yeah.
I guess we live in a completely different world now to 18 months ago. I've had flash up memories on Facebook of things where, you know, you could touch people and see people and go places. So I just wondered how actually COVID-19's changed what you do.
Well, for a start off, I've kind of literally had to start from scratch, learning how to video conference. I was a complete novice. So Zoom and kind of Microsoft Teams, it was like, what is this? And obviously when you're in the gallery space, you know, you're kind of working directly with the art and you're kind of looking at the art and it's there, sort of like to the naked eye, you know, right in front of you. Whereas now it's kind of downloading images, you've got to get copyright, sort of like permission from the artists, and then you're delivering sort of like online. So at the moment, everything is either via phone calls if people don't have access to Zoom, or even for, you know, access to a mobile phone that has apps, or a laptop, or a tablet. And then if they don't, I kind of like work in partnership with Leeds City Council to gain access, so they can have a tablet from somewhere. But I've noticed that a lot of I'm kind of like working more into the evening more as well, because obviously there's that ability to do so. So even though I'm kind of, you know, working from home, you don't need access to buildings. So you can kind of work a little bit later to kind of meet the young adults kind of schedule. But the joyful thing about it is that, you know, there are young people from all over the world that are joining, particularly the youth collective. You know, they've got someone who lives in the Netherlands, someone that lives in Portugal, someone lives in China. So global phenomenon taking over the world.
Amazing. Putting Leeds absolutely 100% on the map. We've only got a few seconds left, and you don't very often get free publicity, but is there anything in these last few minutes that you guys have got coming up that you'd like to let us know about and promote so that people can get in touch and get involved?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. It's regarding the youth collective. If anyone wants to kind of get involved in there, you've got the opportunity to undertake your gold level arts awards. So that's a very valuable sort of UCAS points that you can generate, 16 UCAS points to get into university. So if you're studying at university, you're working, you just want to do something different, you want to gain some valuable behind the scenes experience, you can. That runs on a Saturday. And then a brand new group I've just started working with, again, it's with the Arts Award, but it's delivering bronze, and that's going to be on a Thursday evening. So that's just from 4 till 5. And it's just kind of like light touch, you know, if you want to kind of get involved in doing something different on a Thursday night, just maybe to relieve some boredom. You can look at some wonderful artwork with me and get creative.
Perfect. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day today, Angie, to speak to us about this. It's very clearly incredibly valuable work, and I'm really impressed by the breaking down of barriers that you're obviously doing, both with technology, but also with the art and the gallery itself. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you.
It's been my great privilege while we've been putting this together to be able to learn so much more about Leeds Art Gallery, and having that as our context for this and the work that they're doing and what they're achieving really is something quite exceptional. And I'm really pleased to have been able to be involved with it.